అమ్మా అదంతా మీకు కనపడుతుందా? పీపీటీ కనపడుతుందా? వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్ అమ్మా, థ్యాంక్ యూ, థ్యాంక్ యూ. అయితే ఒక 5 నిమిషాలు టైం ఇస్తారా? సరిపడుతుంది సార్. ఈలోపు మీరు ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ లో పెట్టుకోండి, 5 నిమిషాలు ఏంటి టైం అంతే. మీరు పెట్టేసుకోండి. నేను షార్ప్ 2:15 నేను లైన్ లోకి వచ్చేస్తా. ఆన్ చేసి తిరిగి ఆఫ్ చేసేస్తా.
Good afternoon, one and all. I welcome all of you to the 2-day webinar, tourism webinar on scope of tourism in Andhra Pradesh. We start our prayer with a prayer song. Over to Mrs. Lydia, faculty, Stella College. Come the fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Oh, the day when freed from sinning, I shall see thy lovely face, clothed then in blood washed linen. How I'll sing thy sovereign grace. Come, my Lord, no longer tarry, take my ransom soul away. Send thine angels now to carry me to realms of endless day. Thank you, Lydia. Today's first speaker is Dr. Sivanagireddy garu. Sivanagireddy, everybody in the department, the history and archaeology field, everybody knows Sivanagireddy sir. Before introducing sir, few words about Stella College. Stella College was founded in 1962. It's a Catholic Christian institution for higher education. And this happens to be the first college in the district, women's college in the district of Krishna district. And it focuses on education of women. And it has started by the management of Stella Maris College, Chennai, namely the Society of Franciscan Sisters of Mary. As far as the Department of Tourism is concerned, it is started in 1995. Right from the beginning, it has been progressing and it has met with many successful awards and rewards. In 2011, Department of Tourism was awarded the Best Tourism Award by the state government of Andhra Pradesh. And in this department, the students were provided not only the good knowledge, but also they are given lot of chances to make the research. Research activity is also being done here. The students will be encouraged to go for a long tour as well as one-day tour. And basing on the long tour, they will be writing a research paper. And on-the-job training will be given to the students, and they will be writing a report on the on-job training. So in this way, we are organizing number of seminars, webinars for the students, as well as the various colleges which are dealing with the tourism subject. Now over to Shailaja from the Department of History and Tourism. She will be introducing Sivanagireddy sir. Over to Shailaja.
Very good afternoon to one and all. It's a great privilege to me to introduce Dr. Sivanagireddy. Sir was born on 15th April 1955 at Valliveru in an agricultural family. Sir took Masters of Arts degree in Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology from Usmania University, and also
Hello.
Sir, చెప్పండి సార్.
నేను కనపడుతున్నానమ్మా.
మీరు కనబడుతున్నారు సార్.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. ఇందాక స్క్రీన్ షేరింగ్ అప్పుడు కూడా సారీ అమ్మా, ఏమనుకోవద్దు. ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ. నాకు తెలియదు నెక్స్ట్ నేను ఏం చేస్తాను. అప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు నేను కనపడకుండా స్క్రీన్ కనపడుతుంది కదా?
లేదు, ఇంకా మీరే కనబడుతున్నారు.
ఓకే ఓకే, నాకు లేదు. ఓకే అమ్మా, పర్వాలేదు అట్లయితే. ఓకే, మీరు అవ్వగానే నేను బిగిన్ చేసుకుంటాను.
రైట్ సార్.
ఓకే అమ్మా, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, sir. Sir took Masters of Arts degree in Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology from Usmania University, and also awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in History from Hyderabad Central University for his thesis on evolution of building technology in early and medieval Andhra Pradesh. He joined in government service in 1978 in Endowments Department, and in 1979 moved to the Department of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Successfully transplanted more than 50 temples built between 7th to 17th centuries AD. Participated in many archaeological excavations at Neolithic, Chalcolithic, Megalithic, early historic and Buddhist sites in Andhra Pradesh. He conferred with the title Vastu Silpa Vachaspati by Vastu Vignani Dr. V. Ganapati Stapati. Professor Reddy spoke on art and architecture of the Telugu people at the first World Telugu History Congress scheduled on 14th-15th July 2012 at London. Sir wrote and edited many books, nearly 50 books and 500 articles on history, culture, archaeology, Buddhism and tourism. Dr. Reddy worked as officer on special duty, art and culture, APDDC and Silpa Raman's Government of Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad. Currently working as CEO, the Cultural Center of Vijayawada and Amaravati, Mahalakshmi Group of Companies, Madhu Mahalakshmi Chambers, Mogalrajpuram, Vijayawada. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot for giving a very wide introduction.
Welcome, sir.
I am extremely thankful to you.
Welcome,
and
sir.
First and foremost, I would like to place on record my sincerest thanks to Stella Mary's College, particularly Bula Madam and Principal Ji. Then after that is Sridevi Garu for inviting me, for giving me an opportunity. I would really feel very happy to share at least my little bit knowledge that I gained over a period of time having worked in Department of Tourism and Andhra Pradesh Tourism Development Corporation as its OSP. Now, just it gives an immense pleasure for me to introduce varieties of forms of tourism worldwide and with a special reference to Andhra Pradesh for the benefit of the students pursuing tourism studies at various levels, whether it may be degree or PG. So, what I wanted to do is, yes, we come across many forms of tourism like heritage tourism, pilgrimage tourism, adventure tourism, etc. That is a common jargon that we come across either in newspapers or whatever we call that journals of tourism. But I really wanted to re-nomenclature the term forms of tourism into manifestations of tourism. Tourism in its own manifestation has assumed more than 80 forms available in various places worldwide. You all know that Vishnu is only one, but he assumed 24 avatars. Vishnu Chaturvinchati Murti bolte. That is the manifestations of the Vishnu, manifestations of Shiva. Like that, what happens is tourism, the most fascinated ism among all the isms that are available. Tourism, I would like to call this as manifestations of tourism, my particular module of this session. Now, yes, what is tourism and importance, types of tourism, forms of tourism, all these things I would like to cover in a span of 40 minutes only. Then, you all know what tourism is. What is the tourism? Tourism is actually leaving the place of the visitor's residence to new areas with an aim to see new sights, to meet new people, to taste new delicacies, then to bring new experiences, again to bag those experiences, take away to their home. This what we call is what tourism is, but there is a time limit for it. What is it? If I go from Guntur to Vijayawada and come back within 4 hours, it doesn't come under tourism. One has to stay overnight, then 24 hours of time. It involves the travel, what we call from beginning to, again you come back to your own place of residence, shall not less than 24 hours and not more than 1 year according to UNESCO definition. So this is what tourism is. Then what is it important? It assumes greater significance as far as employment generation is concerned, as far as revenue is concerned. I'm not going into details of it because they are separate modules to be dealt with. Another, types of tourism. Types of tourism, some people may think that forms of tourism and types of tourism are one. No. Types of tourism is different from forms of tourism. Forms of tourism are the tourism products, and types of tourism are the nature of the tourism what we call activity. That is, in one sense, I can say domestic tourism, international tourism. These two are the important types of tourism. What is domestic tourism? Movement of people within one domicile or a country or a particular national boundaries. And international tourism is leaving borders of a country of their residence and again visiting the new country and coming back. It comes under what happens is international tourism. That is, people inbound tourism and outbound tourism are two important terms. What is inbound? People coming from other countries to India comes under inbound tourism in India. People from India moving to other countries is known as outbound tourism in India. So these are the types of tourism that we come across. Next, forms of tourism. As I said, there are up to what happens is in most of our tourism curriculum, etc., some 15 to 20 forms of tourism will be discussed. But nowadays what happens is, basing on the resources available throughout the world, taking the geography of tourism into consideration, now there are more than 80 forms of tourism arranged in alphabetical order from A to what we call Z or Y. So this is what we call the difference between types of tourism and forms of tourism. Finally, what we would like to emphasize in the name of tourism is that everybody likes tourism. An actor wants to go on tour, a doctor wants to go on tour, a teacher wants to go on a tour, a household wants to go on a tour, what not. Every section of the society, irrespective of what we call the age group, they would like to visit new places and bag new experiences. That is what we call the wider arena of the scope of tourism, which really boosts the local economies, national economies, and world economies. That is the significance of tourism. Apart from that, it also binds between the people. What is that binding component is only tourism. Yes, we go to Egypt, we go to Israel, we go to Australia. Those are different nationals. Their languages are different. Their cultural fabric is different. But when we go there, what happens is they receive us with great hospitality. They treat us with more respect. Then we feel delighted, and then we would like to be part of that particular culture. We want to imbibe the useful cultures of those nations, etc. So this is the underlying principle of tourism. That is what we call the world is one. That is the important concept. Next one is that, yes, I have explained, Mona. Yes, again, you see, no caste, no creed, no color, no country, no continent. From all over this, cutting across all these variants, people would like to just go on tourism. That is very important. Definition I have already covered. This is actually what motivates people to travel. Are different. For example, my wife would like to visit Tirupati. Her motivation is only to see the God and get some solace on seeing the God. Myself, I would like to visit a Buddhist ashram. My elder daughter wants to visit one leisure pursuit like Rishi Valley. My second daughter would like to go on pleasure trip to different places. Like that, what happens is there are certain motivating factors, what we call is factors that trigger people to move out. Similarly, on the other side, attractions will drag the people to those areas. So this is a very, very important motivations of tourism is there. That is also again a very big module to be dealt with. And why tourism is important? Important is the tax. We get maximum revenue. For example, Philippines. Many such countries and islands are there which are really nourished by economy generated through tourism and through tax also. Varieties, even airlines, then hotels, then local restaurants, then your souvenir shops, many whatnot, even the local people do the shade, shopping, etc. Many things. Nah? So, in one word, what we can tell is that it brings a lot of income, it generates employment, it also generates a tax, it also gives a scope for development of tourism infrastructure, then socio-economic and environmental impacts. What is environmental impact? Sometimes what happens is a place which is not at all open for tourism will be provided with new infrastructure. A place which is littered, people will come to know that, oh, this is very important place, let us clean it. So environmentally, degraded places will also be upgraded in the name of tourism. So this is another benefit of tourism. Then I would like to straight away move to types of tourism, that is the manifestations of tourism. Next, there are domestic, international, I have explained to you. Then forms of tourism are various forms. Yes, based on these forms are energetic. In the sense, they took a name because of these factors. One is resources and attractions. For example, snow mountains are there. Snow is the resource. Water body, even if you want to go to Silka Lake, the water body is the resource. Pulicat Lake, water body is the resource. Activity, adventure. Then your alternative tourism is that you go for what we call Kerala. You are seeing Kerala as a sightseeing place, but you also take that Ayurvedic Panchakarma treatment. What we call is that is alternative tourism within one. Culture, yes, I like Northeast culture, and so that I am here in Assam, Meghalaya, and the Seven Sisters. Then nature, yes, nature's bounty. Kerala is called as God's own country. Why? Because of its green, lush sceneries, picturesque spots, then water bodies, backwaters, whatnot, everything. Hence it is called as God's own country. So nature is a triggering factor and attraction. Based on that, what happens is nature tourism, and you have many other green tourism and ecotourism, etc. The last one is mixed. What is that mixed? If you take one particular destination where you have green tourism or nature tourism, you have cultural tourism, you have heritage tourism, you have adventure tourism, you have culinary tourism or what we call food tourism, many such things put together at one place, then we call it as a mixed. Yes, sometimes yes, ACE form is also there. ACE means adventure, culture, and ecotourism. All three forms put together at one destination, we call it as ACE. Next, there are many number of, these are broad categories and important thing. The very first one is accessible tourism. What is this accessible? Because people, now they are called as Viveangas with disability. They were also be able to see, enjoy like us. So you can see There are certain ramps, there are certain beaches, there are certain equipment, there are people who would like to take around the varieties of tourism destinations as you see in the slide. This is what we call accessible tourism. So they will be given an access to tourism places. Again, this is another, you are visualizing all these things. Next is that adventure tourism. Very, very, very important. Unless until one explore the risk-bearing capacity of one to reach, you cannot jump into adventure tourism. If we are scared, who will go there? No. Then you are not fit for adventure tourism. Adventure tourism is very, very high risk-bearing, but at the same time, it gives maximum thrill. So, adventure tourism activities are categorized into three. One is land-based, water-based, and air-based. You all know that you can see in this thing, land-based is the trekking, rappelling is also there, and another is bungee jumping is there. Then you also see that rappelling is there, not from climbing up the mountains, etc. That is called rappelling. Many number of such forms are there. Yes, you see, such a senior lady, she is very much impressed by that tourism, and she took adventure tourism. So varieties of adventure tourism, as I told, both on land, etc. This is land-based tourism, adventure tourism. Then ancestry tourism. This is also known as genealogy tourism or geriatric tourism. What is that? People who become who move from one place to other place, settle there for centuries together or decades together, they would like to come connect to their roots. Then this is to know their about ancestors, the genealogies, the relatives, where are we from, what were our people doing, where was our ancestral house, etc. This comes under what we call ancestry tourism. And in other form, roots tourism is also there. Then you see, yes, these people moved some 3 generations ago to another country, but they would like to come where from my grandfather has moved. Oh, this is the house that my grandfather lived. Is it that his bed or whatever it may be? They get thrilled. Some local guide will give you the historicity and importance of that particular area. Then the visitors will get information what they really want. Antarctic tourism. Visiting North and South Poles is Arctic and Antarctic tourism. These are extreme tourism, also called as extreme tourism, but we shall be prepared to go there. We shall be given a little bit of training, wear different types of suits, etc. Then we should also be able to bear an amount of risk while we are there. It is also very costly affair. These are some of the factors associated with Arctic and Antarctic tourism. Yes, but when we go there, it is not just visiting decent road in Vijayawada, but it is Arctic region. You go there, you go totally different world. You explore yourself while exploring the world in a different form and formation. So this is what we call both Arctic and Antarctic tourism. Then, as I said, yes, tourism is adventure, culture, and ecotourism. This what we call is that you are now seeing now, Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom are both important in Indonesia. The biggest temples as far as the Hindu religion is concerned. There are also Borobudur is also there. Where you go there, not only for nature, not only for culture, but also for ecotourism, enjoying the local nature. Next is that, again, if you go to Nagarjuna Sagar, there are many things which are associated with all these 3 factors, even at Nagarjuna Konda. You can visit the Buddhist site, you can also go to that stadium, you can also just take a water ride that is thrilling and adventure. So those are all some of the things associated with tourism. Agri-tourism is that most of the people born, brought up in cities and towns really do not know how agricultural activities are carried out. So for their own knowledge, people will take people from urban or city dwellers to rural areas where agriculture is in practice, whether they may be farmland or rural areas or remote areas. Next is, again, what is that we get? Yes, these are hundreds of varieties. You can participate in plantation, you can also participate in enjoying yourself in apple plucking. Apple plucking is also there, and you can mix, mingle, dance with them. Many things are there in agri-tourism, rural tourism. Archaeological tourism, what is it? People, there are many archaeological sites, not only Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, Machu Picchu you are looking at, then Nagarjuna Sagar, then Sphinx, etc. No, There are many, worldwide there are many archaeological sites. But most of the people will get thrilled when they are really on the spot, not reading in the newspapers, looking at a small pic. No. When you are in Hampi, Vijayanagar, oh, you feel that you are Krishnadevara. Like that, when you are in Machu Picchu, you are part of that Inca's culture. Like that, it gives a wonderful experience as archaeological tourism. Yes, people want to see how excavations will progress. I myself participate in many excavations. During that time, people will come, pose many questions. How will you get this? How will you get that? How will you record? How will you publish? Many number of things is a very interesting activity. Architectural tourism, they are what we call specific tourism or niche tourism. Is that visiting a particular form of architecture, only temples, only palaces, only churches, only masjids and idgahs, or only public utility structures. This comes under architectural tourism, specific tourism. So, art tourism, what is that? People would really like to explore themselves by their own taste in art. Most of the people, they don't like art. What is art? What is there? There is some paintings will be there which are not really understandable. You have to give some time, some room to visit art galleries, appreciate art, appreciate artists, purchase art, get them to your home, then hang on your walls. That is what we call art tourism. Even atomic tourism is not known, but there are places where atomic explosions took place over a period of time. Hiroshima, Nagasaki was the best example. Then Pushkar, many such incidents are there. So people will go there afterwards. It comes under atomic tourism. Just to know, to see the place, to connect with that place, to know the history, what happened to them. That is what happens is, everything is not useful, we shall not think, but this is a new experience. We go to 1945 like that. Next is atomic tourism. Again, some devastation has took place. That is how people work. Suicide tourism. People feel happy to get suicide by selecting a particular place, and they are given licenses also. This is one type of form of tourism. So we are lucky, India, we are not encouraging it, and there is no. But this is only for academic purpose. We have to learn that there is such form of tourism. Backpack tourism is that when I get angry with my wife, simply pack my bag, go. No, it is not tourism. But what is tourism is with an intention, with a motto to visit new places, explore new areas, taking treks, footwalk, etc. This is what we call backpack tourism. And FIT is free individual tourist. What is free individual tourist? He doesn't believe in groups, because groups have their own mottos, visit only pilgrimage pages. FIT will go to exploring new areas. This is very important. Backwater tourism. Yes, go to Kerala. Houseboats are there. In many other areas are also there. You can even in Koringa and near Kakinada, we have our own boats. Even in Narsapuram area, we have a Dindi resort is there. There you have houseboat. Some houseboats are there in Nagarjuna, but they are not backwaters. Backwaters are only sea waters come backward, and on that water you have to take a ride. Best example in Andhra Pradesh is your Koringa. Next is that battlefield tourism. What is that? You know that Waterloo battlefield when Napoleon was there. So they will go there, and then again freedom movement in US. All these come, but more in historical period we cannot go and see places like where Rajaraja the first waged war against another man. No, because they are totally transformed. But in Western countries there are places, and even in India, this is the massacre of Amritsar, Jallianwala Bagh. Those are the places where battle took place. People resisted. There happened some hundreds, thousands of people died. So those places people would like to see. This is again a battlefield. Again, what we call is that harbor. I forgot the name of the harbor. That is bombarding in 1945. Second World War. Then bicycle tourism. Yes. Exploring the world on bicycle is a new form of tourism. Is not new, but now assuming greater significance, youth are literally preferring bike tourism. Yes, varieties of bikes are there, not ordinary bikes, motor bikes are also there. Thrilling as beach tourism. Yes, this is the most important form of tourism where many number of activities are there. Those activities include beach walk, beach front walk, then all those things, 101 activities are there, beach volleyball, many things are there. Yes, you can see now how people enjoy on the beach front. And again, this is actually white water rafting and many things are there. Then this is scuba diving. We have scuba diving only in Andaman and Nicobar. But if you go to other countries like Australia, there are wonderful opportunities for scuba diving. Then this is again a new thrilling experience giving tourism activity. Next one is beer tourism. Yes, we in India, traditional families don't encourage this one. But in other countries, what happens is they prefer consuming beer on a large scale, but they, in the name of beer, they celebrate beer tourism. Belgian beers, like that, many number of things are there. Beer tourism is a particular form of tourism. People will go there, consume particular beer, enjoy themselves, share their experiences and come back. Next one is, yes, these are some of the things connected. Birth tourism. What is birth tourism? People would like, this is actually again a new tourism in India. In India now it is not available. Actually, for the purpose of giving birth, people will go to, they travel, they go there, they give birth to the new child. Again, they bring over here. Like this is a new form of tourism. Next one is that bookstore tourism. Yes, visiting books. Here what happens is we also have that habit of reading books. That is only habit. But if you visit bookstores on tourism, or you take a travel particularly to visit bookstores, it comes under bookstore tourism. Business tourism is the most important form of tourism that most of the executives, CEOs, and state heads who will what we call conceptualize, realize many number of business pacts, etc., or take MOUs. That is what we call conclaves, etc., will happen in the name of business tourism in a big destinations. This, can you imagine how many people have assembled for them? They need food, they need accommodation, they need transport, they need local transport, they go purchase local sightseeing and purchase local handicrafts. So these are what we call many number of benefits out of those things. Canoeing tourism. Only for canoeing, people will go there. This what we call it. Nepal is famous for that. Caravan tourism. Yes, caravan is just moving out. Nowadays, what happens is deluxe variety of caravans are available. Everything is provided. We go there, park at one place, and all the entire family and families can enjoy. And you come back in your own car. Christian tourism. Going to Vatican City and Jerusalem, Bethlehem, etc. This comes under Christian tourism. Cemetery tourism is that our ancestors might have put to rest at one place. This can, even you go to Machilipatnam, wonderful cemetery is there. We can organize a cemetery tourism from Vijayawada to Machilipatnam. Wonderful, so beautiful architecture, aesthetics, everything is put into making a what we call, we cannot call it a tomb, but cemetery. Wonderful. Please go and visit. Take your student from Stella to Machilipatnam. Next is city tourism. Yes, visiting cities. People from rural areas, semi-urban areas will come visit cities like Vancouver, etc. They will really thrill and enjoy the types of facilities that they are available, facility in terms of entertainment and other things. Next, coastal tourism. Visiting only coast areas comes under coastal tourism. You know what sorts of benefits that we will get. Creative tourism is that people will go when they are on tour. They would like to visit horticulture, they go engage themselves, creativity, art, pottery, many things are there. They go, learn a little bit and participate. This comes under creative. Cruise tourism, yes, you know, cruise, Royal Cruise, Star Cruise, many such cruises are there, which can accommodate more than 6,000 people and travel more than 1 lakh kilometers. Very costly affair. Sometimes the tour may take not less than 1 week and not more than 1 year. So such is every pleasure is available while you are on water, ship. That is cruise tourism. Cultural tourism, I cannot explain in one word or one slide because culture has different many meanings of various facets of culture. What we call is that whether it may be music, it may be dance, it may be handicraft, it may be varieties. One cannot. There are many facets of cultural tourism. Community tourism. What is community tourism? We enlightened people will go visit to local areas, then club or put all the people at one place, collect at one place, then we share our ideas to bring new change in their lifestyle, like that. This is what we call is community tourism. Or fragmented community will be there, they will put together, that is community tourism. Curative tourism, yes, with some ailments, people will go there, get their ailments cured. This is available in Kerala, but Panchakarma, etc. Curative, dark tourism, as I said, the people died, wars, whatever it may be, many things. So these comes under battery tourism, dark tourism. Same one, yes, this is ground zero. You all know, America, September 11, 2011, it happened. Like that, desert tourism, only visiting deserts, not only in Africa, but also in India. Rajasthan is there. So I didn't experience how desert tourism is. So please, sometimes in your lifetime, you can also visit this place. Bikaner tourism is there. Like the Bikaner festival will be there. Disaster tourism is that whether it may be earthquake, whether it may be cyclone, whether it may be bomb blast, whatever it may be, some disaster has happened, and you can see places how after disaster look like, go and help the local communities. This is disaster tourism. Tsunami, can you imagine? No, it is what we call misshape of the nature, misshape of the lifestyle. So people after tsunami went to visit the southernmost part of India, in Tamil Nadu and Tarakambadi. Most of the people went and saw what happened. This is hurricane, again a disaster tourism. Hurricane is Katrina type, that is name. They kept is Katrina, so I kept Katrina type here. Just next one is the drug tourism. Oh, this is we shall not encourage all these things, but there is some licensed areas are there for drug tourism, very limited, but UNESCO is, and the world have a tourism organization is what we call giving. Yes, ecotourism. You all know that people will go to nature bounty places where to explore themselves. Because in cities, what happens? We live in apartments. No, only wall. You are every day you are seeing wall. You are living between walls. Again, you move, you see wall, and only your interaction is with walls only, not with the unwalled nature. Go explore the vast expanse of nature in its various manifestations. You can see, you see the pigs. I am not able to explain many things. Oh, such a fall forest. You see what a beautiful. This comes under ecotourism. This comes under green tourism. Yes, this is again a big waterfall where you can take a bath. Yes, such a beautiful birds, and this is what we call forest. This is terraced rice cultivation in Philippines, Bali. We also have in India in Coimbatore area. This is again, it comes under green tourism. But I would like to appeal to the students that when you are on green tourism or ecotourism, take nothing but pictures, kill nothing but time, bring nothing but memories, leave nothing but footprints. Don't spoil it.
అంటే స్క్రీన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ బీయింగ్ షేర్డ్ కదా, మీరు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేస్తారా? అయిపోయినాక చేస్తారా?
మీకు కనపడలేదా?
మీరు కనపడుతున్నారు, స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
అయ్యో, అసలు ఎన్ని ఇమేజెస్ పోయినాయమ్మా, ఎందుకు అట్లా చేశారు మీరు చెప్పచ్చు కదా. ఇప్పుడు కనపడుతుందా? హలో,
నో సార్,
ఇప్పుడు కనపడలేదా?
లేదు సార్, అది మీరు ప్రెజెంటేషన్ కి వెళ్ళి చేయండి సార్. డౌట్ వస్తుంది నాకు, కానీ సార్ మళ్ళా
మరి అప్పుడే చెప్పాలి. కొన్ని వందల స్లైడ్ పిక్చర్స్ పోయినాయి. సారీ అమ్మా, ఇందాక చెప్పాల్సింది అసలు మీరు అప్పటికప్పుడు. నాకేమో నేను అవి కనపడుతున్నాయి కదా అని అసలు ఏమి చెప్పకుండా కంటిన్యూ పోతా ఉండా. ఇందాక కనపడుతుంది అన్నారు కదా అని
ఫస్ట్ లో కనపడింది సార్.
ఇప్పుడు
I'll just see.
No, sir.
Screen share అవ్వట్లేదు.
ఎందుకు కావట్లేదు ఆయన అసలు? అయ్యో, నాకు ఇక్కడ యువర్ షేరింగ్ స్క్రీన్ కూడా వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు మేడం?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we can see.
కనపడుతుందా?
ఇప్పుడు కనపడుతుంది.
ఓకే ఓకే. అబ్బో, దాని నుంచి ఎందుకు పోగొట్టారమ్మా? చాలా తప్పైందే. నాకు మళ్ళీ దగ్గరికి వచ్చేసాం. ఇప్పుడు కనపడుతుందా?
Yes, sir. Now we can see.
కనపడుతుందా కనపడలేదమ్మా?
కనపడుతుంది సార్.
Very good. Yes,
Sir, we can see.
Oh, yes, this is what we call event tourism. For example, Kumbh Mela, Krishna Pushkar, Godavari Pushkar, such things when we move, that comes under event tourism. There are many other events are also, but this is one such example under event tourism. Factory by industrial tourism. That is, most of the people we fly very happily in the air, but we really don't know how airplanes are manufactured. Then we go to airplane factory, visit various places, take a snap. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir. We are able to see, sir. We are able to see. Thank you.
Factory by industrial tourism, and most of the people, students will be taken to BHCL, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited in Hyderabad, BHVP, like that. Then fan tourism. What is that? Fan tourism is that it is not farm tourism, it is fan tourism, that is familiarization tourism. For example, if I take some 25 journalists to our Kolleru Lake, it comes under fan tourism, familiarization tourism. I will familiarize a particular destination by the visit of the journalists so that they will come. And again, they write pieces of articles in different magazines, people come to know, and tourism will get boosted. That is the very purpose of fan tourism. Fashion tourism. Yes, there was FTV. Here, fashion bole to French will come into our mind. So, only for fashion shows, a particular form of tourism is devised and called as fashion tourism. Festival tourism. Oh, festivals over there, yes, we are celebrating so silently. All the thousands of people, lakhs of people in Vijayawada will celebrate Pongal, will celebrate Vinayak Chavithi, but it doesn't come under festival tourism. Festival tourism is that when Onam is a festival, that comes under festival tourism. So similarly, in Sikkim and Bhutan, there are certain festivals where people will congregate at one place, celebrate, and to see and enjoy that particular celebration, people will move from all parts of the country, then it comes under festival tourism. And again, you all know that many number of such things are also there. In India, Goa tourism is there, Goa Carnival we call it, and film tourism, film-induced tourism. People will go, how the film industry works, how will they set up their screens, how the cameras will move, how actors will be moving around like that. So this comes under film tourism. Ramoji Film City is the best example in India. Flower tourism. Go to tulip gardens in Kerala, and many such places are there worldwide. When we are around in those places, you can see in the first rate, thousands of people will move around. So these comes under what we call flower tourism. Flowers are not one variety, not in one color, wide variety, varieties of colors, which really kills our mind. Oh, what a wonderful way I could become a wonderful, beautiful, tender petals of a flower. I saw it occurs to our mind when we are in those areas. Then food tourism. Food bulletin, not only our traditional food in India, but there are varieties of foods. This is also a science. Every day new delicacy, new variety will be offered. So there are, what happens is your AFC. If you go there, they are totally different tastes. If you take consume, or if you want to taste burger, it is a new thing. Like that, you have hundreds of delicacies available worldwide, and a particular form of slot will be celebrated as food tourism, food festival, etc. If you move only towards participating in food tourism, it comes under food tourism. Yes, this man is from Tamil Nadu. He is known as Kumar, and he broke a record of his own that he prepared a dosa which runs for 32 feet. So he is very famous in Washington. Next, gambling tourism. You all know that gambling is a fascinating thing for a few people, but in Las Vegas, Los Angeles. Then you also have in Sri Lanka. You go to other areas in Bangkok, etc. So this is what we call gambling tourism. Yes, there are some. What can we do? Garden tourism. World top 10 gardens are there. World top 25 are there. World top 100 are there. Then garden tourism festivals are there worldwide. So no more details I can give you. But as soon as you see the picture, yes, varieties of gardens are there. Is it not a wonderful garden? Is it not again a wonderful garden? So these are the name of the box, Hyderabad Bhagnagar, how it was laid down on the plans of Isfahan in Iran is a garden city. Yes, this is again culture tree. This is again what we call a variety of tourism. So this is geotourism, geo. Just for the form of academic purpose only, I am giving many number of things. Geotourism, wide variety of that. In America, you have got those things now. Geographical formations, wonderful. If you go there, you cannot see and enjoy. You have to take a helicopter, move around and enjoy. That is the thing. Golf tourism. Famous Japanese are golfers and they prefer golf wherever they go. They want to play. Then this is in Bengal, etc. There are 18-hole and 9-hole golf courses are there. So golf course visiting only for golf comes under golf course. Golf course tourism. India is speaking of health tourism. Only for revocation through health practices, people will visit certain areas. This comes under health tourism. This is helicopter tourism. Cape Town is very famous for helicopter tourism. Take a ride. This is in Australia. And in many areas you can go on helicopter. That comes under helicopter tourism. Only Andhra Pradesh tourism has in recent times has introduced heli tourism in Kottakonda, in other areas also, in Kottabuddhi festival. Just they take a ride only for 5 minutes and they charge 1,000 rupees, like that. Yes, heritage tourism. Yes, what is left by our ancestors comes under heritage in varieties of forms, but this is what we call is built heritage, what we are now seeing, temples, forts, varieties. Then honeymoon tourism, very interesting. We really don't know. My marriage happened in 1979. We heard honeymoon tourism. But we couldn't go on honeymoon tourism because of certain constraints. Nowadays, what happens was, Ramoji Film City is offering honeymoon tourism. Similarly, in South India, particularly Kerala, honeymoon tourism is nowadays assuming a significance, and most of the elite families are taking this particular Vivean tourism. I'm not going to do a description on this. The wonderful thing, industrial tourism, again, how cars are assembled. Then island tourism, people will go from the mainland to island because they want to explore the nature and explore themselves on all the and all these things, particularly our Andaman and Nicobar are also there. Very interesting. Literary tourism. Visiting only the residences of literarians like your Shakespeare, etc. So this comes under literary tourism. Indian colleges, medical tourism. Just for medical purpose, because India is known for cheaper medical facility, because facilities are the same, but we charge minimum. So most of the African country people would like to come to Vijayawada, not Vijayawada, particularly to Hyderabad. Medical tourism, India is the destination for medical tourism. These are the countries where medical tourism is offered. MICE, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions is again what I said, event tourism, business tourism, put together. This comes under MICE tourism. Mining tourism. People will go inside the mining area. Actually, I moved into what we call your Borra caves and Belum caves, etc., natural caves, but I didn't go even till today how coal is mined in Singareni College. So these are such type of new experiences. They will reveal all the practices. Yes, monsoon, again monsoon tourism. Chittapata Chinukulu Padunte, Sima and Tatmakavaramba, Bhutmayan part during our earlier days. So this is the thing that monsoon tourism is again taking its strides. Again, I think repeated. Music tourism, people will die for music. For example, there is a ghazal meeting, people will go there, enjoy themselves like that, or a Sufi meeting, they will go, enjoy, dance themselves like that. This comes under music tourism. Again, music tourism. Gaddar, when he wants to come onto the open air stage, at least 50,000 people will assemble. This is the strength of the museum. Nature tourism. Varieties of forms of nature. People will go, such a beautiful scenery. Are you seeing the pictures, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We could able to see.
Now I am
Yes,
going
sir.
very fast. Nightlife tourism. Nightlife in India is not at the same time on a very appreciable time. It is not very well in India. But if you go to West or Singapore, nightlife tourism is there. Even casinos, etc. Throughout the night, what they do, people won't go to sleep, but they engage themselves in nightlife activities. That is night. But just for academic purpose. Olympic tourism. Going to Olympic areas, then Olympic torch, etc. How the torch is firstly, how that torch is carried forward. So this is from the Greece, Athens, like that, no? So this comes under Olympic tourism. Yes, again pilgrimage tourism. I cannot limit it to one particular religion, whether it may be Buddhism, Jainism, Shaivism, Shaktism, Vaishnavism. You have, for Vaishnavas, 108 Tirupatis are there. For Buddhists, there are important Buddhist sites. Like that, every religion has their own places to take your pilgrimage. That is prison tourism. How prison life will be there? If you want to explain, we know Kalapani, this is the first one. That is in Andaman and Nicobar, that cellular jail. But how people live, how they treat, what would be the experience? In recent times, Tihar jail has opened up a jail tourism activity. Next is rain tourism. Again, wherever it is raining, you go enjoy yourself, wet yourself. That is the thing. Okay. Yes, this is accessible tourism. What I said earlier, people who are not able to go on their own, people will provide access to these areas through different modes. Adventure tourism, land-based, water-based, and air-based water tourism. Even some farms, rappelling is there, rock climbing is there. Then adventure tourism, you have to do of this thing. Ancestry tourism, where you want to know the roots of your forefathers, moved from that place to another. Again, these are the places that you touch upon, connect yourself. Antarctic and Arctic, these are extreme tourism, become under extreme tourism, adventure culture and ecotourism. You all know that when you are in around those places, you can also have the other forms of tourism experience. Some people are talking about disturbance of some tourism. This is agri-tourism, where people want to know how agricultural practices are done, and if they want, they can also participate. Archaeological tourism, visiting archaeological sites and monuments, get information on those things.
Is there any interruption? Am I audible?
లేదమ్మా అసలు వాళ్ళకి అక్కడ ఎంత డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది చూడండి, ఎవరెవరో మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారు.
అదే
చేయొచ్చు కదా.
But we can hear you, sir. We can hear you.
నీకు వినటం కాదు, అసలు ఎందుకు ఆ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది అంటున్నా.
Okay.
కాదు, మీకు మిగతా వాళ్ళని మ్యూట్ చేసి మీరు నేను షేరింగ్ లో ఉంటాం, అంతే కదా. Parallel, sorry, I will finish my thought. This is atomic tourism where atomic explosions happened and people would like to see afterwards how they look like. Again, these are from suicide tourism, is not new form, old form, but in some areas some licenses are given. Backpack tourism, free individual tourism, will go take a tour on his own. He doesn't mix it with people, but people at places they join with new people. Backwater ride, famous for Kerala. Battlefield tourism, where battles occurred in India. We have many battlefield areas, but not even one site is developed under battlefield tourism. Next is the Delhi. This is one harbor, Green Harbor, whatever it is, Pearl Harbor. Then bicycle tourism, you all know, it is not new for us, but there is a form, bike tourism. 101 varieties are there in beach tourism. Then these all are come under beach tourism only. Beach tourism. Again, in certain areas, certain countries, beer festivals are happening. Birth tourism. People will take tours to different countries. They give birth to their people. They take rest and give birth. After that, come back. This is a new form. Bookstore tourism. Visiting bookstores, more in Chennai like that. Business tourism. Yes, whole lot of things will happen in the name of business, and thousands of people will get benefit out of it by as service providers. Canoeing tourism. That is a new. Caravan tourism. Christian tourism. Similarly, cemetery tourism. As I said, not same, similar type of cemeteries are available in Machilipatnam. Like city tourism. Yes, visiting cities. We are not new because we are in a city. Coastal tourism. Yes, creative tourism. Whenever you are there, you just participate in that activity, then it becomes a creative tourism. Cruise tourism. Some only in Vijayawada, at least not more than 5% participate in cruise tourism. But what all about cruise tourism is that taking a cruise for tour for a few months or 1 month, like that. This is cultural tourism. Varieties of cultural expressions are available, both built and man-made or performing arts, etc. To explore those things and to enjoy that. One is cultural community tourism. Is you go to visit certain communities, educate them, then it comes under community tourism. Curative is when you have got an ailment, you go to a particular place, get your ailment cure. This comes under curative. Dark tourism is again death, whether it is battlefield or massacre killing. So these are the places associated. Zero ground. Ground zero is in US, you know, na, September 11th. Is this thing. Afterwards, it looks like this. Many people went and said desert tourism, visiting deserts. Again, disaster tourism. Similarly, earthquake and tsunamis, etc. Then disaster tourism. This is a hurricane. A hurricane is actually a cyclone in US, na, Katrina. Name is after that. Drug tourism. Eco tourism has a lot of what we call it has a lot of scope for development in each and every part of our country. Yes, this is, you can see forest in Canada. Then this is how people will enjoy in this thing. This all comes under ecotourism only. So beautiful, rare. This is rainwater. No, that is terraced culture, terraced agriculture. This is again educational tourism, ethnic tourism. Varieties of ethnic groups are there in the world. I think from here you have seen.
Yes, sir. ఇక్కడ నుండి చూసాం సార్.
Thank you so much. I am thanking Stella Mary's College Department of Tourism and History and the principal and all other people associated with that one, and the participants for giving me a nice opportunity. But pardon me that I am very fast on my explanation because slides are many more. Event time is 1 hour. And I crossed my border. Then thank you so much. I will come physically one day present when situation demands.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Nagarjuna sir, మార్క్ ఆఫ్ లెక్చర్ మేము విన్నాం మళ్ళీ చాలా రోజుల తర్వాత. మా స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరూ కూడా వింటారు. మేము దాన్ని వాళ్ళతో మళ్ళీ మీది చూపిస్తాము. మీరు తప్పకుండా మా కాలేజీ కూడా మళ్ళీ రావాలి. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. Today there is one more lecture by Dr.Sr.Jasinta garu, but due to some important meeting he could not come today. So we are rescheduling his lecture to tomorrow, and as tomorrow's speaker, our student, second TTM student Vivean Amanda Fenwick, she will present her PPT on tourism policies of India.
I congratulate her. I
Sir,
congratulate her well in advance.
sir, Tapakunda.
Thank you, sir. Can I take charge?
Over to Amanda.
Thank you. Ma'am, sir is still.
We can see your screen. We would like to see you also first.
Sure, ma'am. Sir is presenting. I'm unable to present, ma'am.
You can start your PPT.
Can you see the screen, ma'am?
Yeah, we can see the screen. Some results, isn't it? What is it?
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
What did you share? Maybe the last one. Okay. Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Sivanagireddy, sir. Respected PVC madam and all the dignitaries. My dear amigas, this is Vivean Amanda Fenwick of 2nd BA TTM. I take the privilege to present to you the 5-year plans and tourism policies of India. Did you know that the father of tourism is Thomas Cook? Well, I would like to share the differences in tourism from the British years to the present. The narrative of Marco Polo in the 13th century, the Grand Tour in Europe, and the journeys of David Livingstone through Africa in the 18th and 19th centuries are all examples of the difficult times in early tourism. Modern tourism has totally changed from the past. Travel has become cheap and within the access of everybody, unlike the past, where only the rich and wealthy were the only ones who were able to travel. India has recognized the importance of tourism since early 1940s. Tourism at present is India's third largest industry. Since the agricultural and industrial revolutions of the 19th century, countries have measured the wealth of nations mainly on the development and exportation of tangible goods like rail, road, transportation, agriculture, and livestock, along with automobiles and other vehicles. The ultimate objective of a tourism policy is to improve the progress of the nation and the life of its citizens. The need and importance tourism policy will drive policy makers and planning officials use techniques essential for meeting the emerging trends that benefits tourists and local communities. This depends upon the tourism supply and demand. Goldner and Ritchie define that tourism policy has a set of regulations, rules, guidelines, and strategies that provides a framework affecting the long-term tourism development. The first straightforward effort to promote tourism in India was in 1945 when a committee was set up by the government of India under the chairmanship of Sir John Sargent. The main recommendations of the committee were the promotion of tourism traffic and setting up separate organizations to take initiatives in publicity both in India and abroad, provision for training of tourist guides, liaison with the hotels and catering institutions, starting publicity bureau in London and New York and in the capitals of other countries from where large number of tourism might be coming. First 5-year plan, 1956 to 1951 to 1956. The concentration was mainly on the development of agriculture. There was no proper allocation or structure, policies, rules, and regulations for tourism development. Focus of the government was on self-sufficiency and self-reliance, as tourism was not considered to be an important area. Second 5-year plan, 1956 to 1961, funds were set up for tourism development. During this year, the government appointed. Ma'am, can you see the screen? Getting back to the second 5-year plan, 1956 to 1961, funds were set up for tourism development. This plan was allocated into 3 schemes. Part 1 intended to create facilities for foreign tourists. Part 2 intended to develop infrastructure for domestic tourists at places which were important for foreign tourists as well. The third scheme intended to develop infrastructure at places which were of local importance. The third 5-year plan, 1961 to 1966. During this year, the government appointed an ad hoc committee, that's the LK Committee recommendations, in 1963 to inquire the decline of tourists. Now, this committee came out with the following suggestions. Grant of landing permits on arrival to tourists coming without visa for more than 72 hours, provision of shopping and entertainment facilities, need to build 5,500 additional hotel rooms within the next 5 years, improvement of facilities at airport, training of immigration and customs staff, establishment of a standing committee of main departments dealing with tourism for reviewing inadequacies. Later, this plan became an instrument for growth and development, as we see that the Hotel Corporation of India, India Tourism Transport Undertaking, and India Tourist Corporation got unified, and India Tourism Development Corporation, that's the ITDC, was set up in 1966. We also see that the Ministry of Civil Aviation and Tourism was formed in 1967. During the plan holidays, we see a miserable failure of the third plan, and the government was forced to declare plan holidays because of war, lack of resources, and increase in the inflation, means the rise in the prices of goods and services of common use such as transport, clothing, housing, food, recreation, etc. The government of India declined devaluation of rupee, which intended the Indian exports to become cheaper, but imports are more expensive for Indians to buy. Fourth 5-year plan, 1969 to 1974, an estimates committee of the Parliament 1969 was not satisfactorily functioning. So the committee stated that an effective and efficient central organization has to be set up to create a strong tourism for the development of tourism in the country, to ensure that people of right caliber are selected to run the Department of Tourism. Then we see the Indian Institute of Public Administration study on models of tourism 1970 suggested 2 quite different models. The first on the public sector model, and the second a model for reorganizations to perform more aggressively in order to combine flexibility. Also, formed an advisory group called the India Tourism Council to advise on all matters concerning tourism. Government did not consider the recommendations of the IIPA. Then we see the UNDP study on Tourist Organization 1970, which was led by Dr. Timothy O'Driscoll, a former head of NTO of Ireland, to study the tourism setup of India. This provided encouragement through vigorous incentives to trade and travel agencies. There was an urgent need for training facilities to create skilled manpower required for the future. The volume of accommodation was suggested to substantially be increased. So during the fourth five-year plan, we see that the prime objective should be employment generation, income creation, revenue collection, and increase foreign exchange earning. Priority was given for proper management of various national heritage, historical monuments, religious places, and archaeological sites, which are the main attraction of tourism. The fifth five-year plan, 1976 to 1978, emphasized on tourism development in selected tourist places. Programs under the BOT includes loans to hotel industry in the private sector, integrated development of tourist resources at Kovalam, Gulmar, Goa, and Kunumalani. Programs under ITDC included expansion of hotels, construction of lodges, bungalows, forest lodges, motels, and cottages. In the state plan development of tourism, the hill areas was given a special priority. It is interesting to note that there has been a struck jump in the foreign exchange earnings. Rolling plan 1978 to 1980, Janata Party government rejected the fifth five-year plan and introduced a new sixth five-year plan. This was again rejected by the Indian National Congress government in 1980, and a new sixth five-year plan was made. The rolling plan consisted of three kinds of plans. The first plan was for the present year, that 1978, which comprised the annual budget. The second plan was for a fixed number of years, which may be 3, 4, or even 5 years. The third plan was a perspective plan for long term, that is for 10 to 15 or 20 years. Hence, we see that there was no fixation of dates for the commencement or termination of the plan. Sixth five-year plan, 1980 to 1985. The first National Action Plan has become the first tourism policy in 1982. The measures suggested in this policy included adopting a selective approach for developing tourism circuits, inviting private sector participation. Government of India has given maximum support to its own undertaking, that is India Tourism, to prevent unplanned tourism development. It generated international understanding, national integration, socio-economic benefits, and brought about regional balance. Special areas were targeted to build new tourist circuits. I would like to give you a few lists of travel circuits. Like we go for the first one, Kulu Manali, second Gwalior, Shivpuri, Ochna, and Khajuraho. Third, Bhubaneswar, Puri, and Kunak. Fourth, Hyderabad, Nagarjuna Sagar, and Tirupati. Fifth, Rishikesh, Narendra Nagar, Gangotri, Badrinath, etc. Also, destinations like Andaman, Lakshadweep, Manali, Bekal were given special interest. So during the sixth five-year plan, we see that tourism has become a popular activity. Seventh five-year plan, 1985 to 1990, the National Committee on Tourism 1986 was headed by the chairman of the Trade Pay Authority of India, Shri Muhammad Yunus. So the main recommendations of these committee were it dealt with the balanced development of tourism in India, which was necessary to diversify tourism of India from traditional site tours, restore and develop national heritage projects, and explore new tourist generating markets. However, this national action plan did not specify the infrastructural requirements and the investment, the need of the sector to come up to the funding target. For this year, the year 1999 was observed as Visit India Year. The results of this were exploiting tourism potential to support local handicrafts and other creative arts and to promote national integration, development of non-traditional areas such as trekking, winter sport, wildlife tourism, and beach resort to exploit the tourism resources, provision of inexpensive but clean accommodation at different places of tourist interest. The 8th five-year plan, 1992 to 1997, we see that the National Action Plan 1992 was introduced. The strategies of this National Action Plan was attractions for new tourist trains and river cruise tourism circuits, socioeconomic development of areas like employment opportunities, increase India's share in world tourism from the present, that's from 0.4% level to 1% within the next 5 years, developing tourism facilities for budgetary category and preservation of national heritage and environment. Ninth five-year plan, 1997 to 2002, the most memorable event of the ninth five-year plan was the launching of the Incredible India campaign. During 2002, that heralded the era of branding the product of Indian tourism. Involvement of local people in tourist development. This plan gave importance to domestic tourism. So the grant of export houses status entitled tourism industry to recognize the benefits such as the special import license, the free trading of these sills, import of several equipment under these sills, waiver of bank guarantee for imports, import of cars against foreign exchange earnings. National Policy 2002. In 2002, the action plan was finally translated into a new tourism policy, and it officially became a joint central state government concern. By showcasing different aspects of Indian culture and history like yoga, spirituality, etc., it suggested that tourism not only generates government revenue, foreign currency, optimal use of India's scarce resources, sustainable development, high quality employment, especially to youngsters, women, and disabled people, peace and understanding, national unity, and stability. 10th five-year plan, 2002 to 2007, was to develop a national census on the role of tourism in the development agenda of nation through the National Development Council. And to improve the barriers of growth to leverage private sector investment. Eleventh five-year plan, 2007 to 2012. The following objectives were to achieve international visitor levels of 10 million in 2011 and a level of Ma'am, am I connected?
Yes, you are audible.
To achieve international visitor levels of 10 million in 2011 and a level of 760 million for domestic tourist visit by the year 2011 and at the end of the 11th plan. This was to maintain and increase the per capita spending of international visitors, which increased and approved quality accommodation units from the current level of about 1 lakh rooms to at least 2 lakh rooms by 2011. This promoted related travel, including MICE market, by promoting convention centers of international standards in major cities or at major tourist centers. As I mentioned before, the new tourism policy 2012 position and maintain the tourism development as a national priority activity. This policy document takes into consideration 7 keys that will provide the thrust to tourism development. Swagat, welcome, Suchna, information, Suvidha, facilitation, Suraksha, safety, Sahyog, cooperation, Samrachna, infrastructure development. During the 12th five-year plan, the implications of the target to be achieved were foreign tourist arrival, domestic tourism, additional foreign exchange earnings from tourism, employment generation, etc. The 12th five-year plan, 2012 to 2017, Ministry of Tourism envisages achieving foreign tourism arrivals of 11.24 million by the end of the 12th five-year plan. The plan aims was to achieve faster, more sustainable and inclusive growth. There has been a latest development in 2015 when draft national tourism policy was formulated. It is still in the drafting stage, so the National Tourism Policy 2002 is still being used. The major policy initiatives in India. The Ministry of Tourism is the nodal agency for the formation of national policies. It coordinates all the activities of the central government agencies, state government undertakings, and the private sector for the development and promotion of tourism in India. The development of tourism was taken up in a planned manner in 1956, coinciding with the second five-year plan. To conclude, tourism plans and policies had left an incredible mark on development of tourism in India ever since the first tourism policy was launched. Different policies and five-year plans had immense impact on the development of tourism and generated government revenue and foreign currency. The policies were amended from time to time to enhance the service quality through technology advancements. I thank Dr. Sivanagireddy sir for being a great source to students like me. Last but not the least, I thank P.V. Sridevi madam for being my driving force to work on my topic and giving me this golden opportunity to be in the presence of ethical speakers. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Amanda. You can, your presentation was very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Because of the internal examinations, very poor representation or participation of the students I could see. But definitely We will share with them the YouTube link and they will watch this after their exam. So I conclude today's program, and tomorrow we will be joining the meet to listen to Challapalli Swarooparani, Professor, Mahayana Buddhist Studies, Chairperson of POS, Nagarjuna University, and Dr. K.Lakshminarayana garu. Tomorrow we will have these two speakers. And hello Amanda, we could see you. You should show your face to us.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you see me?
This is Amanda, outgoing, and her presentation was very good. So I thought we would accommodate her in our webinar to encourage students to join the webinars, because in many webinars even student participation will also be there. So unless you learn to participate in the webinars and listen to the elders, listen to the professors like our Nagireddy sir. Nagireddy sir was a walking encyclopedia as far as archaeology and tourism is concerned. I know him from early 90s when I was doing my MPhil. I visited archaeology department, and whatever question you have, whatever doubts you have, we used to run to him. At that time, he was doing PhD in Central University. He was doing on brick structures in Andhra, something, his topic on PhD. Excellent work he does, and he encourages the students. And he was very happy when I announced Amanda is going to present her paper. Thank you, one and all. We shall meet tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Sharp. Thank you. Tomorrow, at the end of the second day session, I will be sharing the feedback forms. All the participants, please fill those feedback forms so that we can generate certificates. Within 1 week, we will be providing you the certificates. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.